Taoiseach, the system for allocating special education teachers is crude, it's not fit for purpose, and it's letting down our children with special needs. And this fact was underlined for me this week by the principal of Rathmichael National School in my own area, who have just lost a teacher, special education teacher, because of the crude way in which the allocations are made. And she pointed out they are appealing it, and I hope the Minister would consider their appeal, but that the numbers are crudely based on the number of children coming in with a diagnosis in junior infants and those leaving in 6th class. But they don't take into account that many of the children that are identified as having special needs aren't identified until later. Often the school has to help them do that, to go through the system. The assessments can take up to 2 years. Some parents, I didn't know this, some parents, because of the long waiting lists, then get private assessments, but incredibly the private assessment is not counted in to the HSE's figures because the two systems don't join up. Which seems absolutely crazy. And she pointed out that particularly children with the slightly less severe, but nonetheless, special needs, are essentially ignored because they don't have the assistance and they're not identified. So this has to be addressed, and we need a system for allocating special education teachers and supports which is based on the real needs of the children and not on crude calculations.
Deputy Boyd Barrett raised the issue of the system for allocating special needs teachers and the broader issue around assessment and so forth. My own sense of it is this, that we have a more direct route to dealing with special needs in education through the National Council for Special Education. And it happens much faster in terms of allocation resources, to actually delivery in the school. The same doesn't apply in the health service. It seems to be far more opaque in terms of the allocation of resources to the health service and the follow-through and delivery on the ground, if I'm honest about it, and I'm not happy with that. And I think we have to use more increasingly the school-based model for therapists. There was a pilot scheme, as you know, developed some years ago, and that has been effective. I think the Progressing Disabilities model is diluting the level of provision in special schools, and that's going on. That policy was announced about 10 years ago, to be fair, but has been slow in the delivery, and some good centres have been created. But it seems to me that the multidisciplinary teams on a school campus is one I would like to see more of. That said, there's been a very significant expansion of special needs provision in schools for the last 20-odd years. Manifested by the thousands of special needs assistants in our schools and indeed resource teachers. That is the facts, and the creation of autism classes also. But more needs to be done, and I think it's particularly in that area of the multidisciplinary teams. Now, in addition, I would say